The Academy for Leadership Abilities is what I would consider a John Wooden moment. But if you know anything about John Wooden, I believe he's one of two people in the College Basketball Hall of Fame as a player and as a coach. But he was a very successful basketball coach when he went out to a university on the West Coast and began working in their basketball program and set up UCLA. I think they ended up winning 7 national championships, maybe 5 or 6 of those in a row in the late 60s and early 70s. Had a young man come play for him, a man by the name of Dual Cinder. Anybody remember that name change? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and then Bill Walton. But John Wooden was just a short little guy from Martinsville, Indiana, and he ended up as probably, I would consider him the greatest basketball coach at the college level. What I mean by a John Wooden moment, John Wooden prepared his players not to win basketball games, he prepared them for life. Leadership, focusing on abilities. John Wooden had a saying that luck is when preparation meets opportunity. We happen to be prepared both in partnerships as well as what we wanted to do as a county board, and we were ready when the opportunity came. The Academy for Leadership Abilities is a result of failure. And one of the things we try to help people understand is failure can lead to success. And we were really trying to do 2 things. So we wanted to focus on people's abilities, and we wanted to change a culture. How people look at people with disabilities. How people with disabilities look at themselves. We wanted to do that. In addition, we wanted to stay at home. We felt that to change the culture, people needed to be involved right where they were at. And another principle that we had was 1 class, 1 curriculum. We were pulling together students that we felt would benefit from learning about their abilities and leadership who were tagged as people with disabilities, and then leaders from the school districts. You got your athletes, you got your band folks, you got your student council, and so we were pulling them together in 1 class. And that class all worked together. And what we have found has been amazing, where their fellow students will step up beside students who may be struggling, and it's inclusion at its best. Within Perry County, ALA has been also how we have identified our efforts to get into the schools and actually then working with JFS and into the community with leadership training. We developed the material, and it's Academy for Leadership Abilities curriculum. It's all around leadership. It's all around focusing on abilities. It's amazing to watch people start to think about integrity, start to think about leadership and their abilities, and see the turn that takes place in their minds. So we have continued to partner with Jobs and Family Services, and not only do they help us with our efforts of ALA in the schools, they said, hey, we got some programs we want you to do ALA in. We have a young man who came to work for us as a part-time direct support professional. He has immersed himself into ALA and has started a program called Pioneering Possibilities on his own with some support from us. But it is for people who have finished school, and it's just a community program to focus on abilities. And Morgan has done an amazing job with that. And by the way, he works full-time for us now. Morgan has autism. He's 21 years old, and he's got this program off the ground. So preparation meets opportunity. We've been very lucky. Very, very lucky. So, 2 things before I give it over to Brian. We always start out with the integrity unit, and we're fortunate. In schools, teachers have a lot of responsibility to certain things, and when we come in with ALA, we have a curriculum that allows us to get people thinking and talking. We want to teach kids how to think. We want to teach people how to think, not what to think. We start out with integrity, doing the right things for the right reasons, with the right people, every single time to the best of our ability, even when no one is looking. And when you start talking to kids about that, or adults who've never really thought about it, their thought processes begin to change. And it's amazing to watch that happen. But most of us, myself included, probably would be scared to death to walk into a classroom or a group of people and say, let me talk to you about integrity. Well, thanks to Practical Strategies efforts, we've got some material that we can lay out there. The conversation doesn't necessarily follow that material line by line, but when you get that conversation going and you start talking about personal core values, personal strengths, you can get people to really think. And if we can get people to learn how to think and focus on their abilities, not only have we given them a life, I've saved a ton of money. that makes me an administrative genius, because those dollars are no longer serving people or supporting people in areas where they are now saying, hey, I can do that. I don't need that anymore. I want to go here. We can take those dollars and support other people.